So once again, we're going to be taking a look at what happens when we have leftover inventory, right? Because in this case, we have 600 units left, all right? And again, so we did question 2 already. So question 3 says continue the inventory exercise, okay? And there again, your inventory method is periodic and it's FIFO, okay? So in this case, it tells you right here that on April 30th, you have a total of 600 units on hand. So let's go ahead and take a look at our inventory worksheet, right? We do have 600 on hand, but let's take a look. So we have one batch remaining of 100 in this batch right here, and then we have our 500 remaining in this second batch over here. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to actually carry this information over into our new inventory worksheet on hand. Right here, we're going to carry it over into our actual inventory on hand. So we know we have 100 and we know we have 500, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the unit prices. So here, right, I have 100 at 610 and I have 500 at 635, okay? And of course, if I go ahead and do my quantity times cost, it's going to give me $610. And then, of course, this is going to give me my 3,175. So right here in my total is where I'm going to go ahead and equal sum this just to ensure that I transferred the correct amount of inventory from my previous inventory. So here I have 600 units costing me a grand total of $3,785, which we know is correct, right? That is exactly what we solved for in the previous worksheet. Okay, so this section is complete. Okay. So now for this practice, we're not going to journalize just because it's rinse and repeat. So in this case, I'm just going to have you just practice looking at the information and just plugging it straight into the inventory worksheet. So again, May 5th, we purchased 500 units at $625 with a freight costing $50. So in this case, right, it is May 5th. We purchased 500 units at $625 with a freight of $50, okay? So what is my total purchase price? What's my total purchase price?
$3,125.
3,125 plus 50 to give you my total cost of
$3,175.
Okay, good. And then, of course, what is my cost per item?
$6.35.
$6.35, okay? So then on May 10, we end up purchasing an additional 800 units at $6 each with the freight costing $80, okay? So 800 at $6 for $80 freight. So it is May 10, 800 units at $6 each with a freight of $80. So what is going to be my total purchase price here?
$4,800.
4,800 plus 80 gives me a total cost of
$4,880.
4,880, which will bring my total cost per item to be
$6.10.
$6.10. Okay, good. So then on May 20th, we purchased 300 units at $6.15, okay, with the freight costing you $15. Okay, so it is May 20th. We have 300, yes, 300 at $6.15 with a freight of 15. So, oops, wrong one here. We have 300 at $6.15 with a freight of 15. So therefore, what's my total purchase price here?
1,845.
Good, plus $15.
1,860.
Okay, bringing my total cost per item to be
$6.20.
$6.20. Okay, let's see what else happened here. On May 25th, we purchased 100 units at $6.30 each, with the freight costing $5. And of course, last but not least, on May 31st, we know that this is the end of the accounting period because you have a total of 400 units left on hand. So in this case, we purchased 100 at $6.30 with a freight of $5. Okay, and this was May 25th. Okay, we purchased 100 at $6.30 each with a freight of $5. Okay, so what's my total purchase price here?
$630.
Plus $5 freight,
630.
bringing my cost per item to be
$6.35.
$6.35 each. Good, excellent. Last but not least, right, May 30th, we have a total ending balance of 400 units on hand, okay? So once again, let's go ahead and solve for our total costs here, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and run my equal sum formula, okay? What is the total quantity that I have purchased?
$1,700.
1,700. What is my total purchase price?
$10,400.
$10,400. Good. And what is my total freight?
$150.
Good. Giving me a grand total cost to be
$10,550.
10,550, okay? So I'm not going to use colors for this, so hopefully you guys can follow along. All right, so purchases. Now we're going to be focusing on this left bottom half corner, okay? So let's see. How many items did I buy? I bought 1,700. At what total cost?
$10,400.
Good. In this case, I am assuming there's no purchase returns and allowances. So therefore, my subtotal should be the same as what I purchased, okay? Freight, once again, adds 0 to quantity, but it adds to my total cost. So in this case, what was my total freight?
150.
150, bringing my total net purchases to be 1,700 at my grand total of 10,550. Okay. All right. So this time we have a new feature here. We have beginning inventory, right? What was my beginning inventory?
600.
600 at a total cost of
3,785.
good and right. And we're going to carry down our net purchases, right, of the 1,700 at 10,550. Now, what is my total goods available? Because in this case, I must add these units together, right? So what's my grand total of units that I have available?
2,300.
2,300 in quantity. What about my total cost?
14,000. Okay, 335.
Okay, good. All right. So, of course, given that on May 31st, right, we're given that we have 400 left on hand. So, in this case, how many items did I sell?
1,900.
Good. Okay. So, once again, I'm going to do my equal sum formula right here to get me my total cost of goods sold. So I have a running balance so I know how many items I have sold, but at the same time, how much is my total cost here, all right? So I'm just going to run my equal sum formula in this column right here, okay? All right, starting with the very first one, okay? Let's take a look at my batches of inventory, okay? Everything that I purchased is right here from May, right? But I also have beginning inventory because when I started out, right, on April 30th, I had 600 units available, okay? If I go back even further, right, to see when I actually purchased those items, I purchased it on April 20th and April 25th. So therefore, which batch of inventory should I get rid of first?
The ones on hand.
The ones on hand. So which one first?
The 100.
We're going to get rid of the 100 first. So in this case, 100, right? We know for a fact that we're going to get rid of this entire amount, which costs $6.10 each. So therefore, my total cost here is $6.10. Okay? So I only sold my first 100. What next batch am I going to sell next?
500.
The 500, right, on the inventory on hand, right? Since I know I'm going to get rid of this entire batch of inventory here, right, for $6.35 each, is going to give me a grand total of $3,175. Okay? So that's the first 600, okay? I have 600 sold. I still need 1,900. So therefore, I still need to sell 1,300 more items. So in this case, now that I got rid of my inventory on hand, which batch from my purchases am I going to get rid of next?
The 500.
The 500 on May 5th, right? I'm going to get rid of the entire thing, right? Because I need to sell 1,300. So 500 is just below it. So there you go. 500, 500, which we know we're going to get rid of the entire amount here. So therefore, I know that the entire amount's going to cost me $3,175. Okay? So now let's take a look at my inventory. My cost of goods sold. I sold 1,100 units. I need to get to 900 units, okay? So therefore, I need to sell 800 more. So which batch of inventory am I going to sell next?
10 May, 800.
The 10th of May, which is exactly 800 units, okay? So in this case, that means I don't need to calculate anything here because I'm getting rid of all 800 items, which I know cost me a total of $4,880. Okay? So let's take a look at our inventory now. Our cost of goods sold. We sold 1,900 units, which cost me a grand total of $11,840. Okay, which I can pop that in right here. Okay, so then I should have 2 batches of inventory remaining, right? One for 300 and one for 100, which that gives me a grand total of the 400 units that I have on hand. Now again, in this case, I can do simple math, right? I can just add these two numbers together and I would get my grand total of ending inventory. Or I can simply just use my formula here. If I have a total goods available of $14,335 and I sold $11,840, how much should I have left remaining in my inventory?
Uh, 2,495.
2,495 is correct. And that's how I complete my inventory worksheet. Okay? So once again, this is just FIFO. Okay? Tomorrow we're going to take a look at how to use LIFO. Basically, it's the same thing, except we're going to be costing it out differently. Okay? So with that being said, okay, let's go ahead and answer the last question here, which is do the conversion entry using the information from above. Convert the entry into inventory on hand, okay, for May 31st. So once again, I'm just going to go ahead and plug this in down below here. All right, so this is May 31st, right? How should my journal look like when I'm converting my entry?
You start with inventory, cost of goods sold, purchase expense, and flight expense.
Good, right? So I'm just going to copy this since you said it so quickly. All right, this is exactly what we're going to do, right? We need to recognize our ending inventory. We sold some items along the way. We purchased our items and we had freight included. What else do I need to include here?
Oh, convert to inventory.
Okay, no,
Oh,
not the description just yet. There's one more account that we're missing.
account payable.
Not account payable. Okay, so let's just solve for this for now, and then we'll come back and answer that question, okay? So in this case, what was my total ending inventory in my worksheet? What was the total cost of my ending inventory?
Uh, 2,495.
2,495. What was the total cost of the goods sold?
11,840.
Good. What was my total purchases?
10,400.
Yes, because we have freight separately. So what was my total freight?
150.
Okay. So let's go ahead and plug these numbers in and test if our total debits match my total credits. So equal sum. Okay. So I have 14,335 on the left, and oops, undo there. And I have 10,550 on the right. How much am I actually missing? Well, let's go ahead and calculate that on the side. How much am I actually missing? I am missing $3,785 on my credit side. What value do I know is 3,785?
The beginning of the stock. The beginning.
Yes, it's your beginning inventory, right? That is something that we have to remember because we got rid of those items first, right? So in this
Yeah.
case, that's exactly what we have to put here is that we had inventory, but it was the beginning. Now in this case, right, my beginning and my ending inventory is the same exact account. Okay, the only difference that I'm going to have you guys do here is to help you memorize. I'll let you go ahead and do this and do this. You can put a reference point saying this is ending, right, inventory, and then this one is, oops,
Beginning.
beginning. Yes, because in this case, right, they're both the same exact account. It's all going into the same account. However, I'm going to let you guys do this as a way for you to memorize that. Well, in this case, we're the first thing I'm going to recognize is ending inventory. The last thing I'm going to recognize is my beginning inventory, okay? But they are essentially the same exact account. There's no such thing as beginning inventory account or ending inventory account. They are the same exact account. Okay? One is you're decreasing the inventory, and the other one is you're increasing the inventory. That's it. Okay? And there we have it. We match on both sides with $14,335. And last but not least, we're going to go ahead and enter in our description to convert to inventory. Okay? All right. Any questions in regards to the chapter 5.3 exercises? Okay, so we got to take a look at how to do it, without beginning inventory right here and how to fill it out. And then in the second example, we took a look at how you deal with it when you do have beginning inventory. All right, any questions?
No.
No.
No.